That's crazy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another live reaction. Gentlemen, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. Hello, Patella, Scythe, J. Dudley, Ben, and new viewer. Hello. I can't read Japanese. Hello, Rise. Welcome in. Let's go. All right. We have been hearing nothing but good things about this episode. Lads, how do we feel before we get started?
I feel pretty good. I mean, last episode was great. Looking forward to whatever else we're going to get here. You know, it's going to be
right into
really
the
good.
action.
Yeah, I've seen some good thumbnails, and I'm excited to see what those are going to be for.
Everything I've seen on Twitter looks fucking amazing. This is a part of the story I love so much.
Maybe this is the best animated episode of all of ReZero, apparently.
Bum 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 bum.
Is it Q no Q? Is that how you say your name, new viewer?
Q no Q. We call you Okaru. Hey Freddy! How you doing? Hello Brayden!
U no Q, maybe? Yeah, that looks more accurate.
Q no Q.
Wow, we got 23 people in here. How's it going?
Coco no Q. Coco is your name now.
Oh, is that you, 8-Bit? Hey!
I hate it.
I was about to say, where do I recognize that name from? I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Fun. Alrighty. No, it's not.
I
Well,
would like to.
without further ado, should we everyone have our episodes prepped?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, reminder for everyone at home. You need to have your own footage to sync up with us. We'll count you down. There'll be subtitles at the bottom of the screen down there in order for you to keep up. No copyright strikes here, but we are letting everyone enjoy our full reactions to all of this. We'll have a discussion with no spoilers after the episode, discussion with spoilers after that, and don't forget to leave a like and enjoy the time. We all love you.
Yeah,
Like,
and we're all
comment,
excited to get into it, so we'll probably do that hastily.
Woo! Alright, everybody got their episodes up.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, chat. Episodes up and running. I got my timer ready. All right, we're starting off strong with some Capella Booba. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. This wasn't in the
I'm
web
just
novel,
so excited
right?
for all the
Oh.
Capella stuff.
Yeah, same. Oh, the music.
I like her track.
Nice face.
Ooh. Ew! Ew! Gross.
I hate it. Hate it. Nope.
Oh no, not Cruz.
So mean.
So foul.
This is like the most evil psychological torture you could do to someone.
How dare she do this to our candidate elect that we did?
Yeah,
True, true.
that's the rightful king.
I can do that take again if
Shit.
you need me then.
Oh,
Ooh.
there it
snap.
is. Oh my gosh, that art is crazy.
I know, the art's really good.
I wonder if Subaru would be able to like rationalize and explain a blood transfusion enough to have Felix do it.
Maybe.
No, there she is. Krush.
Surprise,
Damn, Cruz looking kinda
Anastasia.
younger.
Oh.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, it's the makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there you go.
Oh shit, that's how her
Cool.
power works? That's crazy.
No, just fill the hole with cement.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yo, it look.
Lighting, man.
Jesus. Oh,
Oh shit, she's underground.
Yep.
oh, what a lovely haircut.
Ooh.
Ow!
Oh shit.
Was this in the web novel?
It was split up.
Okay. This I
Oh, here
remember.
it comes.
It's the dude.
Eye shot again? Let's go.
I'm
Into
watching
intro.
you like fucking crazy, chat. I swear to God.
Look at that
I'm the
eyeball.
only one caught up. No spoilers here.
Holy shit. Anastasia's power is fucking crazy, though. What the fuck was that?
That was a great intro.
It looked like she like tapped her foot and like activated some magic
line
stones
of
to blow open the
Fire.
hole.
Yeah, it was probably magic stones or something, right?
And then she used
There's like a pitfall.
Yeah. Fuck, that was crazy.
Into the sewers.
The
I
animation.
can't believe she
was
just
so
finger blasted Capella like that.
Yeah, she did.
I mean, that,
We'd
you
all
know,
we'd all want to be there.
Hey yo, clip that. That's cursed as hell.
we all wanted to be Liliana last episode. Now we want to be Capella. It is what it is.
I mean, I wouldn't be volunteering for that.
I would rather not be Capella.
I mean,
I am, so...
I'll not say anything.
Hello, you creatures!
Did they take her hood off in the intro?
Oh, maybe I didn't see that.
Who, Tiresias?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Maybe.
We'll have to check after.
Was it always off?
No.
No. Because it wasn't... She didn't have it on there.
Maybe they
If they
changed
did
it.
that, that's really cool.
Oh, we have some stuff to talk about the dub later on. That's what I wanted to say earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Yee!
Whoa!
Ooh!
Oh, headshot.
Oh my god.
Oh
Damn.
shit! Oh my god!
Chad is saying that they did change it, yes.
Okay, that's exciting.
Oh my god. The music.
A new one for Reinhard? To the moon!
AMC stocks? I think this was actually phase 3 of the novel.
Dang. Whee!
Oh, the music! Holy shit!
She's
Whoa.
so powerful!
Oh.
This
Oh,
is
excuse-
insane!
I love her so much. Ooh!
Boom.
Yo!
Whoa.
Oh, it's like from our OVA.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He's still holding the dragon sword.
Do-
Nice.
Oh! Oh my god! Yeah! Yeah!
Subaru just noticed her season 3 buff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Fucking tell him.
You get it, Amelia.
Yeah, girl. Yeah!
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 Oh my god, the food.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. He smelt a stinky one. He just walked away from that?
Yeah, he's being very polite right now. He's being very polite to let them have that conversation.
Oh, I think that's why.
What the fuck?
Oh!
Huh?
Yo, it's just water. It's not even gonna fall from that high up.
Oh.
Oh, not if he does that.
Oh, Jesus.
He's using it like a water pressure blaster. That's insane.
Yeah, the ice skates!
Yes! Oh, his poor leg.
No.
Okay, Dio. Meow.
Oh my god.
This is so cool to finally see.
Princess on ice, let's go. A little princess. And the queen.
Her weapons look so
I
Yeah!
love that she
Get him
still
in the
does these,
dick!
like, hee-ah sounds whenever she fights.
Get him in the dick!
This is so well animated. Yeah!
Yes! Oh, he knows how to stop? Good for him.
Oh, fuck yeah, Subaru.
I mean, logically, he's the only one who should know how to stop.
No, yeah.
Well, she's the
Indiana
princess.
Jones.
Indiana Subaru there, yeah.
Man, he's so pathetic.
She did aim for his balls. Okay.
She
I'm glad about
did!
Yeah.
Yes, queen! Get him in the dick! Reprobate? What the fuck is that word?
Oh, I've been to this ride at Six Flags.
The water physics.
Yeesh! Oh my god, he's Moses. What the fuck?
I always knew Reinhard was in the Bible.
What?
CGI water? It's not bad.
Yeah. It's simulated water. Yeah.
Why is J after K, Subaru?
Well,
He doesn't
one
know
was
English that
balls and the other was vitals, so he's not wrong. So is it gonna be jugular? It is! In the jugular!
Tried to destroy him with his own attack. Yeah.
Trying to think of what his ability is.
Yeah, he said like last episode they're just gonna keep
Yeah, he
fighting
wants to
him
figure it
over and over until they figure it out.
Oh my god, the music is so good. Yeah.
Yeah, just go ask Kaguya-sama.
Oh, here we go.
She said the thing.
The king. Woo! Oh, he's so learned.
She's about to have her
Oh.
Twilight moment.
The better Bella.
Yeah, just touch
Not
his
to
chest.
worry, I have the divine protection of enhanced hearing.
Woo!
Oh, the particle effects are amazing.
Here we go. Go Minnie.
Go in there.
Because you're just as crazy, Liliana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you guys can be friends.
Watch them go through the entire Liliana chapters this episode.
Yeah.
I think they might, which is fucked.
Affected.
This visual is very helpful. Oh, baby, we're gonna get it.
Mickey, they'll probably explain that next episode if they don't in this one. If not, then in one of our spoiler discussions, we'll talk about it.
Yeah!
Nice! Back to wanting to be Liliana again.
Yeah!
Agree.
That's crazy.
You're making another sticker out of that, Kyle?
Yeah, I am. That face.
Ah, it's same thing SUBARU said in R2. No, it can never be a pride. What
So
a reference.
you're a lesbian. That's what you are.
I know what you are.
I'm a lesbian. The bonking sound is so good.
Mm-hmm. The echo and the lure lyre.
Mm-hmm. Not the
Only
horse.
just begun to walk the path of love, huh?
Hmm. Damn, Priscilla, that side profile. Fuck.
There it is.
Boom.
She'll cast Wall of Fire as a 4th level spell.
True, true.
She only got 2 spell slots left.
I like that it's white. It's like it's not actual
it is.
fire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you never will again.
Get going, diva.
Let's go. This is what I've been waiting for.
Oh, the sound effects.
Ooh. Priscilla-sama!
Let's go.
Oh,
This is sick.
God, they just go crazy with her and SUBARU's faces so much.
I know, they're such good expressions.
This took us so long to do this these chapters. Almost shut down this whole fucking show. They're doing it in not even 20 minutes.
But look at the animation.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we gotta
Oh
go
my
back to that
God, that
line
was
much
perfect.
later.
That's a good point, yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh.
damn.
Oh,
How
knows.
dare she?
oh,
Ugh.
Oh. That looks like it hurts.
Ooh, what's up with his eye?
The OST.
Even a nice guy has his limits.
I know, right?
AMC stocks are back.
Suitable.
Her face!
Ding! Oh, no.
Watch me sail across the stars.
His love just sent him up there. Ah!
That was so cute.
Why don't you give it back? Another new track.
Yeah, these
Mhm.
tracks
I know,
are
really.
amazing. Yes!
Yeah.
Wow.
Baka.
Adorable.
The expression work is so good.
This is probably the best expression work I've seen in the entire series.
It's just so ridiculous every time.
My god, that was awesome.
Oh, this leitmotif. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, here too. Okay, we're coming back to this point later.
Yeah!
You're cringe.
Oh, I
Oh.
love his dialogue so much.
Me too.
Ooh.
I like that he keeps cutting him off.
Yeah.
Huh?
Zavudo!
Mmm.
My god, yes!
Watch to the end of the credits, by the way.
Yay! Okay.
Don't pause.
No pause.
Yeah, there's post-credit scenes, I think.
So, one of the best episodes ever?
Yeah, I think so.
Really,
I'd say
really
so.
good.
That was incredible.
We got
What's
some
some
shit to talk
insane
about.
shit?
Premium
Yeah.
grade A animation. Yeah.
Probably the best facial expression work I've ever seen in any anime ever. Genuinely.
I mean, episode 1 this season had a lot of good stuff too.
It did too,
Yeah, it
yes,
did.
but there's
This
just
had
so much
payoff.
subtext to some of these face expressions. It's insane.
I'm trying to think of.
This
I mean,
is really
you
good
say
for payoff.
subtext. We get Liliana literally slack-jawed after making out with Priscilla. It's not subtext.
I would too. I would too. Could you imagine Priscilla grabbing your face? Ah,
I mean, hello?
hello. Andre's dream.
You wouldn't fall in love after that? I mean,
You know, we might be proving that Capella has a point.
Yeah, true.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I like how they're breaking up everything. It's like
Yeah, me
it's
too.
very nice.
Has this always been in English at this part?
Yes.
I feel like I'm crazy.
Trace,
Okay.
I am Trace. Yeah.
She does have an English version now too, both the opening and ending.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Ah! Ooh.
McGree's guillotine.
I think that last one was referenced in EX4.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Oh shit, Priscilla.
That sister gone.
Damn! What an ending.
Okay, let's see.
Holy shit!
Okay, that might be
That's my number one.
either my favorite episode of the season or my second favorite.
Well, that's my favorite of the season, easily. That was just so good,
Oh,
start to finish.
God.
It was super, super good.
That was crazy.
Wow.
It's been a while since I've seen an anime air. I mean, I think, Free Run did a good job, stuff like that. That has such good compositing and expression work.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, wow, like the lighting in this episode was just so amazing. Like, it's really hard to simulate fluids, like 3D wise. Like, that requires
Yeah.
a lot to make it not look chunky, and they did it amazingly. There's a lot of great direction work. There was a lot of great stuff they did with particle effects, like
Mhm.
smoke and fog and mist, and like there's a lot of different things that you have to simulate properly, and they did it all just supremely well. I think
Mhm.
all of it on model too. I think that's really
Yeah.
tough. There's
And-
not a moment, like a lot of times in anime when like scene cuts away a little bit, the character models facial expressions take a hit or whatever. This time every character model still, even in these amazing dynamic situations, all managed to still look like the character designs from the artist.
Yeah.
Like the
I'll
artist
get some.
sheets, reference sheets. So like that takes a lot of time and effort. So it
Mhm.
makes me realize that the quality of this production really is that high.
Mm-hmm.
Which is insane.
Like even just scroll your mouse over the first 2 or 3 minutes of it just to see the little pop-ups for it, and look at the light just from the candle shift from Felix to
Yes.
not Krush to also not Krush until the blast is about to hit her, and it all looks so
clean.
They
And like in the first
real.
and second, in the first and second season, there was never this amount of directorial intent.
Mhm.
Not only with the lighting, but like the lighting is such a big character in the season, but like that and also the expression work, like the way characters move, the way that they act, the faces that they make, it's
Mhm.
all just so perfect. Like I'm really, really impressed by how well they're imbuing character into all these little action scenes.
100%. Oh, there you go. Man of the hour.
even down to the little things like how Amelia fights and stuff. Like we saw it previously with Sirius, but I think it's a better example here with those little moments with her against Regulus. Of it's so accurate to her character and
Yes.
really accurate to how it was described in the novels too.
Super untrained, uncoordinated. I'm just going to hit you with a big weapon really, really hard while shouting.
And I have to give huge props to the choreography between Regulus and Reinhard. They did such a good job of making it very apparent that it's like two immovable objects smacking against each other.
Yes, absolutely. I even had that thought of the whole concept of you can't really compress water.
Yes.
No matter what you can do, it's going to maintain its form. And the constant collisions and his use of that aspect with the way that his stuff seems to work of just pushing forces around.
Yes.
It works super well, and it's really just well thought out as part of the fight.
And you could see, you could see very clearly how Regulus struggles with his power, because he's never had to been challenged with somebody who is much more skilled and much more thoughtful in their approach to fighting than somebody so naturally gifted like Reinhard. So he's just being flung about and doing sloppy moves, and the only reason he's always getting subverted by whatever Reinhard's and SUBARU is planning. But he's just taking on the chin and just messily adapting to the situation, with
Reinhard
sheer force. Yeah,
is also probably the only one who's ever been able to withstand a hit from him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because for
That was
example,
crazy.
every single attack that he does is probably the most like lethal attack that any normal person would.
Yes, if we think about the actual physics of it, yeah. I mean, they visualized it so well, not even just with the way he was like manipulating the water, but in also the way he was throwing that smoke away in that last scene when he's confronting Subaru, and he throws his arm out. Like, it was such an accurate, I felt like, portrayal of how that kind of works.
Yes, absolutely. There's like nothing contacting him, as explained by Amelia.
Even the little details, like all of the things that fall on him, not really being exactly on him, and you thinking, "Oh, that looks weird." But
like
no,
the little ice specks.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Oh, I had those a minute ago. Hold up.
Like how it doesn't look quite right because it's not actually. Yeah.
We're doing great, Wooloo. It's really good. You're going to enjoy it.
You're gonna love it.
You kind of nailed Regulus from this, from your interpretation. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
They're very close to Japanese performance in that way.
Actually, speaking of Regulus, right now, if you guys don't mind me kind of derailing, last night, Wolf and I started watching the dub because it took us forever to finally get there. And, oh, here, perfect. Okay, so we noticed a discrepancy in the second episode, season 3, where Regulus, straight up at the very end of the episode, calls Amelia by her name, and he says, "I'll take Amelia as my 79th wife." And then the next episode, Subaru goes to say, "That's Amelia," and then he goes and says, "Oh, that's Amelia, huh?" In the original sub, he just called her a her and then by her number. Now they're going to have to retroact this with this line here, where he's only calling her by a number, not a name.
Yeah, he doesn't know who she is. I mean,
yeah.
That's the entire point. He just kind of was like, I saw you that one time. I saw your mother or your aunt, and I was smitten by her, and then, what happened.
We'll see how they fix it up for the script. If they do, they might just, like, write it off. But that was something that I noticed last night with the dub, and I just wanted to bring it up after I saw this, because it reminded me.
It's just how it is sometimes. People, I mean, like, I feel bad criticizing it, but it's also like one of those moments where, like, sometimes people who do direction on these dubs don't necessarily look at the full context of what they're doing. They just kind of try to adapt
the performance was wonderful, though, I gotta say.
I mean, like, we heard from Sean that they don't get, like, the full season ahead of time. They really only get, like, the episode as they do it. So if you don't know what's ahead really by reading the source material, then you would never be able to understand this context.
Yeah,
like, it's a reasonable mistake to make if you don't know the context, because everyone should know her. She's a famous person that's part of the candidacy right now. And
also, usually in Japanese, right, referring to somebody by their name is better than, like, it's analogous to,
I guess I'm more so bringing it up because if you do watch dub only, be aware, like, that is an accident that happened. He doesn't know her name and doesn't care for it, because it was, like, a complete, like, derailment of his character almost.
Yeah, it's not something that he paid attention to. But that's, I mean, as I said before, it's like, unless you know that, it's to anticipate that, right?
That is true. As Mickey says, at least he's not Pride, or being referred to as Pride.
You're right. Well, that's
a whole other bag.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Thanks for letting me derail. Back on track.
Back to this episode. Wasn't it awesome that he got hit in the nuts, though? I mean, that was hilarious.
Yes, that was very good.
Yeah, that is very funny. Very clearly she went for it.
I want to give huge props to, like, the sound designer for this episode, because
100%.
Like,
I mean, sound designer in general has been going off. I love. I mean, something that I get annoyed with sometimes in anime production schedules. They have a really good composer and they don't know how to use all the tracks that they receive. This season has weaved in and out the tracks really well. Like, the first half of the season was a lot of the original ones sort of remastered. This half, they seem to have been doing all these new ones, which I think is, a wise way to kind of getting into the action. I can tell that he probably composed for these very action-oriented fight scenes and stuff like that. I noticed it earlier, but the banana, that like part of the OST was used in the speech earlier when
Yes.
Subaru was falling out, and now it's sort of like a triumphant fight scene OST for Subaru is what it
Yes.
sounds like, which I really like. 'Cause
Which is
before
really
it
appropriate.
Yes.
It makes me think back to when we went to Anime X and they had like Subaru and Garfield's VAs there. They had the character designer and the director. And then for some reason at the time I couldn't really think of why this specific person was brought on, but they brought on like the main audio and like sound director for the season as well. It was like the 5th person. And in hindsight, absolutely deserved to be like the other person being highlighted there.
Yes, 100%.
A lot of time people have criticized even like really popular series for having bad audio design. Like I forget what recently had a lot of people complaining about the audio design. There was a point in time where people complaining about it when Mappa took over Attack on Titan, I think. There was like a lot of things like that. They're like, this sounds cheap or tinny.
Oh, like the Titan scream and stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. And I forget what else. But yeah, like audio designers play a whole lot in the texture of a season.
Yes.
And depending on how well they are, it really changes the tone and feeling. Like if you notice an audio sound and it doesn't sound natural or atmospheric enough, or it doesn't feel like it's in the space, it takes you out. Like I remember, this is another one, right? One Punch Man season 2 had a lot of problems, but one of the things that people complained about the most was how like really bad the audio design was, and just like really clicky and tinny, and like the sounds didn't match. Or like even right now in One Piece, which is a very popular thing, they've been using the same Toei Animations and using the same sound effects since Dragon Ball Z came out.
Yeah, they have their sound library and they're happy to use it.
Yeah, and people are like, "Why don't you update these sounds that are like so iconic at this point that when you hear it, it takes you out of the scene?"
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So like,
it'd be like if in season 11 of Konosuba they were using like the Subaru respawn sounds out of nowhere. It's
yeah.
That's crazy. Well,
a lot of people know. Yeah.
For this like episode specifically, just so much like little things, just like the collision noises of even someone just hitting like the lure lyre, for example, or the way that the audio is distorted when he's behind the ice versus coming out of it, and the shattering, the echoing across all of it. Just you don't notice when that stuff isn't there, or sorry, you don't notice when that stuff is there and done well unless you're like listening for it. But when it's absent, it can really take you out, and it's just so well put together this whole season, and today especially. Like
immersive.
For example, like when they're skating down, you hear like the wind brushing past them, and then the ice being like grated on by the skates, and all this stuff, and it stuff like that adds a lot of texture to a scene. Like it really immerses you in it.
The only reason I noticed the lure lyre in the first place is because, one, I love the sound of like a guitar, anything acoustic, just like smacking around. But two, you never hear like that done. So I think it was just even more like, oh shit, like I've never heard this before in a show.
Well, that's a good point. Another thing that they do a whole lot this season is clothes ruffling, chains sort of swaying and stuff like that. Like they emphasize that really well, and not to an overbearing extent. It always feels natural in the back of, like, for example, whatever somebody's saying is first or like second to the OST, right? The OST then layer to like clothing, and then like embers sparking, like for example in the scene with Sirius in this episode, like flames and stuff like that, crackling.
The particle effects, and
the particle effects look amazing here too. I mean, like the lighting, as I said earlier, and I'm really impressed. Like when a studio decides to go for like CGI water, like I remember the first time anime really prominently features CGI water was in Kimetsu no Yaiba. Demon Slayer season 1.
Yeah.
And that had the same look as this episode's water. Like it looks that quality. Yeah.
Like season 3 as well had a ton of it involved, and it reminded me of that a lot in this episode. Of just like
which is
what
a high bar of compliment,
UFO Table is able to pull off with that, and then here it just really
fluid simulations are not easy, right?
No.
That is one of the hardest things to simulate. Like it resource intensive, it like if you don't do it correctly, the water looks chunky or like too blobby, right?
That's why people fight with ice and not with water.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So the fact that they chose to like show the canal like being moved and stuff like that was very cinematic and was very well realized.
Hi, Andre.
There's
talk about
so
that.
much I do want to also discuss in our spoiler section that I'm
Spoilers.
struggling to find anything to like properly bring up that isn't just, hey, we saw Al like confronting Capella. That's going to be cool.
The sound effects on Capella's voice when her vocal cords were destroyed were fucking awesome.
That
that
was
was
fucking
Yes,
awesome.
yes, that's another audio design thing that like the mixing of the voice actor's performance with the sound effects and all this stuff. I mean, they've been doing Capella's sound effects and voice like super well.
Yeah. Oh my god.
this
Yes.
season.
In terms of like the actual performances herself, I have to give fucking huge props to the Regulus VA. He's doing such a good job.
Yeah, it's interesting performance wise. Like, there's a natural inclination to make a character like Regulus, like one of the main villains of the season, really cool and have like a badass like gravitas to his performance. But like he's getting out of his own way and letting him be pathetic because that's what he's supposed to be.
He sounds
think that's-
whiny and entitled. Like, no, I get to do this.
And his hurt sound effects are capitalizing on that like to the maximum degree. Like the cries that he makes when he gets hit.
Yes.
Sounds very pathetic.
Yeah, and they're so good.
And also, like the body horror elements of Capella as well this season have been so good. Yeah.
They've definitely been leaning back on the censorship that used to be a thing.
Yeah, it's very gruesome. Like the seasons were very gruesome with the way that character and like people have talked about how like they've cutified a lot of the character design. So does that mean the horror elements or like the not like horror elements, but like the
gore,
the gore and the what's it called? So, like psychological aspect of it going to be toned down a bit, but like this.
I feel like you're able to get away with more having this more like cuter art style.
Yeah, and also like it makes me hopeful for the next season
Yes.
because it's probably gonna be the same production studio, but like that's the entire tone of the next season. So like that's sort of the cool part about it.
I think the last thing we could talk about before we go to spoiler mode is I think we could talk about the stars to anime onlys. Now that Subaru's pointed it out, at least like briefly touch.
This is something that's going to add so much theory fuel to people who are paying attention. Right?
Yes.
Because that is a really good thing that they haven't really stated out loud in the anime yet.
Outside of like an OVA of Subaru mentioned, like I'm named after the star cluster that he points to and can't find.
But even then, eagle-eyed people have already paid attention to this.
Yeah.
And
eagle-eyed people, Ed.
Yeah, eagle-eyed.
That's like it. No one else I've seen caught on.
Nearly on Red is also another person.
Yes, Nearly on Red. Yeah, that's the only other person that comes to mind for me.
Yeah, who saw that by season 1, and I was like, oh, that's very.
Well, anyone who knows star names and is caught up on astrology, you get those inferences. It's similar with like any piece of media that uses mythology or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yay!
Seeing it called out well is very, very good, and it'll only be a compounding theme going forward.
But
is there anything else that we have that we want to say for this anime only section? I mean, anime only is okay, go ahead.
We can discuss the star stuff a little. At least like make some points of like who has gone to what. Like for the initial example, all of those stars that Subaru was listing off, real stars. They have some things in common, but they're not all necessarily like this is the so and so what of this constellation. But the Betelgeuse star should be spelled with a B, but the author has made a point that his name specifically is misspelled with a P. It's Betelgeuse, not Betelgeuse.
Yeah,
and that is like an actual detail. It's not a mistake.
Yeah, and that's interesting because it's always like this idea that he took on this role unconsciously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this wasn't. Yes.
It also speaks, I think, to like when people evaluate like the power levels. I know that's a very like shonen-minded thing to talk about, but like
the compatibility,
the power levels of the actual like archbishops themselves. It's a bit of a disparity when you see Betelgeuse from the first season, and you see these other archbishops, and the power level is so different in comparison.
Yeah,
there is like an effective reason for that, right?
He could never really utilize his power fully. Like when he used it, his eyes bled. We haven't seen that with any other person besides Subaru, who has like the strain from when he uses his power.
Yeah, it makes him like cough blood and like having nosebleeds and pass out a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But like, so we know that we can like go through the archbishops here, that all the ones who've been named so far for the archbishops themselves, named after stars. Subaru is named after a collection of 7/6 stars, typically going by a different name than Subaru. But a lot of our other characters and just parts of the story have star or space related names as well.
Yes.
Like aside from Satella, all the previous witches are named after other celestial bodies, like Typhon, Echidna, Minerva, Sekhmet. I think most of them are just asteroids or dwarf planets in space or the Oort cloud.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Satella going to satellite. Obviously, I mean not obviously. If you didn't put that together, that's her name.
The Japanese
connection.
way of like, English word, Japanese joke, yeah.
And this is a bit of a hiccup from going from written Japanese to spoken Japanese to rewritten Japanese to written English to spoken English. But the term for all their magical devices that we get in the very first episode of Metia is actually a mishearing of the Japanese way to say the English word meteor, and that they are calling that as Metia, which then they just called it a media instead of going back to meteor, which I think is an interesting point, because like that's something that's kind of thrown into the world rather than sitting out there still.
Yeah, you can also make it as if like it's a language thing evolved over time, right? Like
knowing the history about why it's named like that in the story, it makes a lot of sense. But it's one of those things that like, they're conscious of the space stuff as well, like the stars and stuff as well. It's something that they think about in the world alongside everything.
But amongst everyone, there is also one more character that has a star name that doesn't typically get noticed, and you will only have caught it with eagle-eyed viewers in season 1, whereas Priscilla refers to her knight Al as Aldebaran.
Yes.
So leave that for you anime onlys to think and consider about.
Anime onlys.
If you want to listen to a more in-depth analysis of this very concept, I did a podcast about it.
That's true.
There's an anime only section of it as well, so go ahead and check that out. And even if you aren't anime only and you also read the web novel, light novel, then you can go and check out that entire video and hear us discuss it.
Which episode was that one? Was it the magic system?
It was like 3
Witch
or 4 or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was our Witch Cult one. That's
Witch
right.
Cult one, yeah.
I will add that.
But with that, anime onlys, I bid you goodbye for this week. Amazing episode. We cannot wait to get more of it. Was incredible, but this episode was really heavy with foreshadowing and hints and references to spoiler stuff. Oh, Mickey, the misspelling of meteor is not a misspelling. They are saying the way that a Japanese person would say the word.
It's literally how they're saying it in the show.
How they would phonetically say it. Yeah.
Like how they would say Macadonado instead of McDonald's. They say Metia instead of Meteor. They just didn't translate that back from Japanese to English to English, unfortunately. It's just it's one of those things in season 1 that just fell under the radar. But with that, goodbye, anime onlys. We love you. See you next time.
Bye!
Bye-bye.
I desperately need to pee. Can we pause our talks? Do you guys want to organize the order where we're going to talk and I will find things when I'm back?
Actually, if you announce yourself coming back, there are some later stuff that you aren't aware of yet that we can discuss while you're gone.
Shit. Okay, here. Let me... Okay, I can't deafen. All right, I will just I'll message on our chat when I'm back, and then you guys can just, like, tell me to put my headphones on.
Got it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, I'm going to put a message in the chat here real quick for everyone, but until Kyle's is back, we can talk about this. Arc 7, Arc 8 spoilers incoming here. Not all of it. Keep in mind, I'm still watching you chat, and YouTube don't look at it just in case.
Oh, I am avoiding. Don't you worry.
I'm not looking. Don't worry.
We got to talk some stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly, Ron. So that's the first thing that I wanted to talk about. So someone mentioned the hit in reference to the soul marriage technique here.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that just sent waves. I'm so excited that they mentioned that here.
That sent chills down my spine. I think the same way it sent chills down my spine in that moment, right?
Like for real, like now knowing this full context, it's so exciting because it's like, oh my god, we're already there. This concept being talked about. And it's such a huge part of Arc 7 and Arc 8 that at this point I'm like, damn, like it's just so exciting to have it in anime form. Like it's right there. And we'll probably see it activate next episode.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, like I'm wondering if that's going to be, I don't know if they're going to like give that fully, maybe show the eyes, or if that's how Liliana's ability is able to overcome everyone as powerful as it is.
Right.
Because the kiss that she gives her here feels like fan service if you don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how you bestow, like that's how Yorna gives it to everyone.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's so cool. Like all of these little.
Now you know why it's so good they're put together. Yeah.
I mean, even the way Priscilla like reacts, like vocally and performance-wise, and like facially to what Sirius is saying, it's like, damn, like they've done such a good job of setting up this foreshadowing.
Right. Like her words are, "You're a sort of person I've never seen before." Reaching an understanding with you must be like what she has to do here. Like she's recognizing that Priscilla has this ability before getting to what does she say like right before it? My oh my. What in the world could have caused your heart to become so tightly closed? Showing weakness, connecting, and growing closer to others. Is that what you say to this? Yeah, she's immediately recognizing that this power must be referenced in the fairy tale, right?
Yeah.
Like the way that it works, it's got to be understood there.
And she's also talking about the fact that like her heart, you know, like Priscilla is closing her heart to her, and she's like, you need to open it up and share with me, and she's like, I'll never share with you, right?
Yeah, and like Andre's mentioning that they did do or name drop Iris and the Thorn King in the web novel, but it wasn't as clear, you know.
Right. Iris and the King of Thorns and Magrizo's guillotine. Magrizo's guillotine being the thing that happened where she traps her persons in the selection. She kills her family members, her brothers and sisters. Yeah.
Which I've mentioned this in the reaction, but I think that's what Vincent references in EX4.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I was just excited this was there. I desperately had to talk about that.
It's just so cool.
Finished. I think Kyle's is back though, so if she, here I'll let her know this. She's good to come back.
Just fun things to chat about. They've done a fucking great job.
Absolutely. All right, we'll go back to Arc 5 spoilers only now.
Yes.
I forgot to mute on Streamlabs, so I just had a big bite of my crackers in everyone's ears.
That's fine.
We had her deafen the call so she couldn't hear the spoilers. Oh, that's funny.
I'm so sorry, but I didn't mute for them, so they just heard me go. Yeah. Ow. I got these nice little salami crackers. It's like a little kitty charcuterie board. Anyways, thanks. I'm back. Did you guys have fun?
Very much. We were thrilled to see some stuff get referenced early.
Damn.
It's awesome.
Damn. Where would you guys like to start?
We could start at the beginning because, Andre is confirming what I thought, that this is the first swap that Anna goes through. The first time she switches with
the
Scarf
gun.
Donna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't know, this type of thing isn't for
Which is, it's cool that it's like hinted at the fact that she didn't fully dress up as Krush, that she still kept on, the fox scarf to make sure that she could do this.
Yeah, always needs the fox scarf on no matter what. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's super true.
And everyone at home remind me, did she dye her hair in the books, or did she still have a wig there? Because I swore it was dyed green.
I think it was temporary dye in the.
It was supposed to be dye.
I think what they're doing is they're saying like, hey, we don't want her design to be green for the rest of the the season, because it literally
so
would
we'll
have
make a
to
compromise
be,
on that. Yeah.
Because like that's fine when you're reading, because you don't really visualize it. You'll be like, oh, it's still Anastasia, but here they're like, we need you to be able to pick her up from a crowd,
But also, a wig makes more sense because dyed hair does not make your hair look like the other person.
No. I like that they added the element of there being makeup for the dragon blood, because I don't remember that being a part of the web novel, at least.
No.
I don't think so, because I think she was too covered in bandages for it to matter.
Yeah.
I also don't remember this chapter at all.
They did it a little differently.
The chronology is very different, yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure they collapsed the whole building on her, rather than dropping her into a hole and blasting her through the floor.
Yeah. Which, mind you, I think this plan makes more sense, like, logically, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Unseen is making the point that the wig allows her to do a dramatic taking off the wig.
Yes!
Ayo, true does.
Plot twist, it was actually Anastasia.
You thought it was Krush, but it was me, Dio. I mean, Anna. I mean, Echidna. I mean,
But also set up for Al and Capella showdown.
Yes. Oh my God, that is.
I'm so excited for that.
So excited.
We have been theorizing on how they're going to do this for so long.
Next week's the week, I guess. How do you guys think they're gonna show his power?
I mean, how I've been saying a lot of what I think would happen is it will be a very it's gonna be a very directionally strong scene where we see like Al get cut down, and then we see like Al then walk back into the same frame, like the camera doesn't move, and you just hear his footsteps after it's gone silent all of a sudden, and he's back and he's going at it again. I think that'd be like a really directionally kind of strong moment. Not that exact thing, but something surrounding that.
I think something like that. Also, something like an effect that shows like something with the lighting, something with like the background, or like a domain expansion type of moment where
domain expansion.
If they also did something like very quick frame of the scene reversing or something like that.
That's my expectation, is that there's going to be some like a
visually
visual effect around the screen, like similar to when we're getting the flashbacks when Subaru resets.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is actually just his last death resetting to wherever his start point is.
I can see like a ghosting effect where they have all the frames of his movement like reverse, like if you've seen like Echo's ability in League of Legends, right?
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Mickey has another possibility that rather than seeing him loop, we see him understand how to fight her because of the loops. Like we see the last one and he's thinking, okay, Claw comes in on the right side, move the sword over my shoulder, block here, etc.
Oh, like the Sherlock Holmes scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just not getting the pre-plan of just him knowing what he's going to have
just
to
like,
do.
how did he get this knowledge? Yeah. I think that would be maybe more interesting for the anime onlys in a way. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I think making it be less visually stated would be more interesting. Like, how the fuck does he get this knowledge?
Unseen Hand has a good idea. Like, I wonder if he'll get a special sound effect. Kind of goes with that. Instead of having the visual, it's like the sound you hear.
Oh, so it's like how Subaru has his he have something else.
Or maybe the same thing.
I would be actually upset if they use the same thing because they make a distinct difference in the way that it goes, even more than you even know.
No,
that's true.
They have made distinctions between the loops that adding the sound effect to it would not serve that purpose. If it was a different sound, absolutely.
That would make sense. Yeah.
The ghosting effect that Andre's suggesting though would also be interesting if they're like seeing, like what, like I don't know if any of you have seen this, but there's a way that a character in Mushoku Tensei sees the future, like just a split second before it of like a thin outline. Doing something like that would be similar.
They could even do it just from Capella's perspective. That's a thing they could do too. Like, where it's like almost like a reflection in her eye or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Maybe.
super artsy, but
Speaking of eyes, here's a reflected bit of Al's Brighton thing.
Yeah, I don't know how much like
How much
credence I'm willing to give the visualization of Al under the helmet, because we've seen like little hints and glimpses and even like a leaked concept art of what he's supposed to look like.
Oh, this one looks more like that.
Yes.
yeah.
Especially because like the one from part 1, I don't even know if they like really
I don't even know
came
if
up with a design or just to use
exactly.
the only other Japanese person.
Like this one looks like you could see like scars.
You can see
stuff
the
like that,
rugged
wrinkles.
Coming everybody.
Yeah.
So this makes more sense. Like this seems like what his face might actually look like.
Imagine if Tappei had seen everyone like increasing the contrast and brightness of the one in part 1. It's like no, it's not that. Please fix.
Yeah.
Stop
Sure.
doing that.
Like if we still don't know what his face actually looks like, then or something.
If that gets corrected in the Blu-ray,
Mhm.
that
would
or
be very
just like
funny.
any other thing, that is just a nail in the coffin for everyone who thinks that they're the same person. I'm like,
Yeah,
absolutely
exactly.
not. It was edited to unconfirm that thought.
Because this one doesn't look like Subaru to me at all.
No.
So
No, this definitely looks like his
his
the other one.
anime version.
Although the eyes are still like the Sanpaku one.
Yeah, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
part of it. Yeah. But you see like the wrinkles on his face, like
He an old guy.
The boys and I have a lot to say on Al, so
Yeah.
we'll
We can't-
try and move off
we
him
can't talk
before
about
we
too
get
much.
stuck
Let's
on here
move
for
on to
too
this
long.
subject. Yeah.
Coming back with the video.
Yes, Andre, you beat me to it. So after the Capella stuff, we go to the OP where they changed. You can see Teresia here now.
There we go. Here it is.
Like
Let me pull that up.
at 420.
I don't have it sexy. Hey, nice. I'll slowly play it. And back. Should be around here somewhere.
Oh yeah, 100%. And that's like not just a small change. That's like you have to animate her hair moving.
Yeah.
And
Well,
also
that's something that you animate it this way first, and then you cut it out and you put the hooded face on instead.
True.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to do that for anything else.
Well, did they have Kurgan in this at all? I've never really paid attention to it.
Yeah, Kurgan's right in the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ricardo. Right after she Willem classes with Thursday.
Oh yeah, right there, totally.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, it's taking a little bit longer on my end.
No, you're totally fine.
We can see
Really
things
cool.
slowly,
Trying to see
too.
if there's any other like minor subtle differences here.
I really like when they edit openings to match something in the story occurring.
Me too.
I think
It's just such a
that
nice bit of detail.
especially when like an opening is technically like an extended opening in a sense where it's like
Mhm.
this happened for 18 episodes where normally opening would only be there for like 13 and whatever.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
it's such a cool detail. She looks great too. And
Yeah.
I mean,
I
she
agree.
always looks great.
Mhm.
yes, but I mean, it's just like they have done such a good job. I can tell that even like in the production element of the storyboarding for this season, because like it's just the way they frame stuff is just so
Ooh.
good.
Sounds like that's your ringtone, Kyle's.
It sure does. Okay, is it coming? It should be coming up. We're taking forever.
It's gonna come up in just a second.
Here we go.
Red. Yeah.
Wilhelm?
Wilhelm
There
doing
she
ninja
is.
shit.
She does look really good.
There she is.
Mm-hmm. She definitely had a hood before. Yep.
She did, yes.
100%. Yeah.
No, like 110%. There's no way that she didn't.
Because that was the only thing.
Can you
that people
imagine the
really-
amount of spoilers for anime? It's like,
Boom!
wait, hold on. Who's that?
Is that his wife? No, his wife's dead for so long.
Yeah,
That has to
and
be-
also
it's a
young.
secret granddaughter on the opposite side.
Yeah, literally, people would start speculating that. Yeah.
Absolutely depressing that these two are here.
One of my very close friends had seen the initial trailer, and instead of assuming something like that, he had thought that Reinhard grew a beard when he saw Heinkel for the season. But he was very excited for that and very disappointed at what
I
he
think
got
I was
instead.
there for that conversation. Yeah, that was great.
That's so
Oh.
sad.
He is a big Reinhardt and Regulus fan, so he is going to be loving these episodes when they come out in the dub.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Priscilla.
Did you have anything you wanted to say on the Priscilla and Liliana stuff, the Kyles?
Oh, I sure did.
All right. What would you like to talk about for that?
Oh, well, that makeout scene was everything.
Sure was.
Sure was. Okay, here's what my anger comes from. My anger comes from this shit. In the web novel, it's like 5 fucking chapters. That shit is 3.5 hours on our channel. I narrated all that fucking shit. That shit almost shut down this channel, and they got it done in 20 fucking minutes. Not even 15 minutes, and nobody is going to understand my hatred for Liliana. They're just gonna think I'm some big ass bitch, and who's just jealous. That's my rant. Thank you.
I mean, we haven't gotten. I mean, what if
Hey,
next
we
week it
haven't
is
gotten-
just the rest of that scene and they just do the trials
song.
of Liliana Masquerade? It's just
Yes.
all of next episode.
Yeah.
And we get no Al?
Perspective.
You know what? That would give something. Everyone would be like, "What the fuck is this?" They're not gonna
Well,
do
they
that.
have to explain why Al is there. It's like, they probably will do it. Like
It's
that
just
next-
the cold open next week is Al having already won the fight with Bella.
You don't need to know anything more.
That took a
Yeah,
lot
you-
more effort than I thought it was going
That was a
to.
toughie.
Anyways.
you don't even have to see.
Or it's just that, but they still hint at his power, and it's like 1,372 attempts. Finally.
Finally.
Mickey, I think they'll show some of it. Probably like how they truncated down autos to half an episode in
Yeah.
season 2. I imagine it's going to be similar for Liliana.
Yeah. In terms of adaptation-wise, then, what do you think will come next? Because obviously they're doing the chronology of the anime so different from the novels.
Mhm.
I mean, they're going to cut back to Wilhelm and Garfield against their fight pretty soon here. Because they have a little bit more to do before the Subaru and Regulus one.
Progresses.
I
more,
think
yeah.
that finishes next episode.
Yes.
Because then
That's fair.
do you think they're gonna do a whole Tricia episode? I think they might.
Oh, they will. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they could do half an episode with Liliana and then half an episode to do Teresia's backstory.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff with her scenes can be visualized in 2 seconds, even though they took like
Yeah.
Fucking
I mean,
5
3,000 words to describe.
You
Because
can-
it's
you can-
just the uncle walks in the room and says it's her, and then that's like the entire first scene done.
It's her.
You could really go ahead and start like flipping through scenes like visually, and that'll do a lot of the visual storytelling.
They
Yeah.
might even decide to like cut it in between the fight between them as well.
Maybe.
So it's not like one sequential thing.
They
I
haven't
can-
done that with the named chapter backstories yet, though. I'd be surprised if they start now, even if we got a.
That's fair. I'm not saying I would prefer that, mind you.
Mhm.
Give me a second while I screenshot this. I'd say this is the best face in all of
Yeah,
ReZero.
that one's amazing. I love it so much.
It's so good. Just gonna
It's
leave that
just
up there.
average ReZero fan when anything happens.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's a perfect emote right there. Holy shit. Like, that's just me whenever I've had to voice Liliana for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Me at the end of all 3 chapters, me fucking crashing out, and
You
poor
throwing
Skura
up,
listening.
Trying to Capella.
Me after.
Oh my god,
reading one
yeah.
of the- me after doing one of the live readings we'll eventually do for Arc 6, where it's just mainly my dialogue.
Fuck, I completely forgot I threw up while voicing Capella once. Thank you for the
Live.
reminder.
Yeah.
I went hard! Thank you, Tealdi, for covering for me. Yeah, it was
Hello,
live.
you meat creatures.
Hello, you...
That was the one.
You were like going so hard about it.
I was
so
so
into it.
excited, and then...
I don't think I've ever been so panic on the fly before, because she said literally nothing, just waved at me and ran away. I was like, huh? What? What?
Next thing you hear is...
Someone
bleh.
cover, please.
I
Thank
thought I
you,
was
Andre.
dying.
I thought
Oh
that was
my God.
funny.
That's
I'm gonna
funny.
kill him, sewer face. Oh, 100% Mickey. Okay, should we go... Okay, what do we want to talk about next in terms of... Well, skip Al, because you guys are just gonna go off about him.
Yeah, there's no point. There's no point.
Regulus, Amelia...
He had a different sword than I thought. That's the only other thing I have to say for Al.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Does he operate like Priscilla does? I actually have no clue. Maybe.
I don't know either, but that's his Dao. It's not the blue dragon sword. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he must, because like he always has that weird regular sword, but then like
Yeah.
he randomly has the blue sword sometimes. I don't know how he gets it. I mean, that's like a part of it. Okay.
Unseen hand. If that was true, it would shoot to the top of MAL so fast it's not even funny. He was saying that next episode will just be Sir Patrick Stewart reading Liliana's chapters in full.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah, that's true. Cinema.
Absolute cinema. Well, Reinhard to the moon was kind of crazy, though.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
wild.
Reinhardt stocks go crazy.
And we'll still see the results of that soon. I don't know, next
What?
episode maybe.
When's the Reinhard crypto gonna release, guys? It's gonna go to the moon!
It's funny because like the Regulus lifting up that giant thing of water, dealing with the ice, and sending Reinhardt to the moon and eventually back had like a lot of similarities to the first episode of Invincible for this season, of like similar feats that were being done. And I'm just trying to think of like what is the comparison there? Like, can Invincible take like Regulus the same way that Reinhardt is right now? And I don't think so. I think Regulus' body's invincible, but you know, it's a fun thought.
Well, he's not particularly strong. Like, I mean, he is strong, but he's not like as strong. Yeah, like he doesn't have a
I think
special
the tough
ability,
thing
he's
if you're
just
trying to
strong.
match like anyone against Regulus is just, in his current state, he's just kind of pretty like impossible to kill.
True. It also
It's like the ultimate defense thing, right? Of like, his defense is so good that he manipulates it into making it offense. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Subaru,
Like,
I have finally
there's
acquired
other ways
power.
to beat someone. Like, if he can't figure out how to actually injure him, maybe he just carries him off into space and is able to fly several light years in a matter of weeks and then just leaves him there. It's like, well, I don't care if you're immortal, you're now stuck in space with no way to propel yourself. Have fun here.
divine protection of rocket propulsion will be used.
I mean, against Reinhardt, sure, but not against Regulus.
But hold on. Does Reinhardt's divine protections work if he's in space?
Well, that's why he can't. That is why the answer of Goku versus Reinhardt does come to Goku winning, because he will just blow up the Earth if that's what it takes to win the fight.
Also, you punch supernovas, you know, create galaxies or whatever.
It's not the same scale of power. Reinhardt has hacks, but Goku has just broken the rules of his own universe before.
Yeah, he can break out of dimensions. He can break out of.
He ran so fast, it was faster than time. He literally beat someone who was time traveling by going faster than him.
And he also
what
has
about-
Ultimate Instinct, which is like you can't touch him at that point. It's like whatever.
If we switch the ultimate matchup of Superman versus Goku to Superman versus Reinhardt, how does that go?
Superman wins easily, but yeah, it's like
Superman does still win that. The
Still
comics for
right,
Superman
yeah.
are nonsense.
yeah. I mean, like the stuff. That
It's
he
just a
does.
new power invented every other issue, right? Like,
Well, it's
Same thing.
Kryptonite at him, and
infinite.
it's good.
His power, like they only give him a limit when they have to go up against someone
Right.
that's supposed to be equally strong, and Reinhardt just doesn't have that.
It's the same thing of like, for example, you know, like it literally is the exact same thing of Reinhardt's power, which is like Superman is always going to have the same like logic behind him, where it's like in this fight he needs something, he'll get it, you know, pretty much. And it really comes down to the fact that like Flash, who's so strong that he can like run past time, Superman is like as fast as him. So it's like it doesn't really, you know.
You may have used your divine protection of avoiding the first attack to dodge my heat beams, but they already traveled around the Earth entirely, and you weren't able to dodge them when they came back. That would be in line with his comics.
Yeah.
It's silly. Like, Reinhard is a DC Comics character put into anime, but he doesn't have the scale that DC tends to throw.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And the whole point is that he's the exception, and that's why, right? So
yes. But, I mean, this fight, I mentioned this in chat earlier, between him and Regulus, it feels like, as Subaru says, like you're hitting pause in the middle of the fight, where Subaru has to respawn at the bonfire.
It's...
Like, Regulus versus Reinhardt feels like a hacker versus a moderator.
Yeah, it's like fucking Regulus is pausing the fight and then swigging back a healing potion or something like you do in an RPG.
Oh, that's
like
the
you did
real
in our
power.
D&D campaign.
He just eats a whole bunch of bread and cheese and wine and cabbages to regenerate all of his health every time he
As I
gets hit.
said.
His power isn't to pause time around him; it's to have an infinite inventory of food he can eat.
That's why he's a little king. We love that for him.
Oh, you know, that also is why he has so many wives. Because at least in Skyrim, every single day your wife will give you a home-cooked meal that restores your health a lot.
And you can make him hold your stuff too.
Yep.
RPG character.
He's cooking. All right.
Regulus was the isekai character all along.
Dun, dun, dun. I mean, to be fair, I could see it, you know?
Like, he swings his hands like, I use the inventory spell that makes a pocket dimension for me to put all my stuff in.
Yeah,
which only Rem and Owl know how to access as well for their weapons.
Yep.
Damn. Is that something
This has been fun. Really great episode.
Before we go, last point. Should we talk about Iris and the Thorn King?
So we did, and we wanted to ask. That's why I was asking if you had any thoughts on the Priscilla and Liliana scene. If you had anything you wanted to mention.
Because we have more context. You have less context.
Yeah, I do. All I know and all I think I can gather is it has something to do with her past. Specifically, didn't she have a husband that she actually really liked?
She had some that she were fond of, but I wouldn't say, like, I'm almost fairly certain Priscilla's supposed to be a lesbian.
Hey, love that for her.
That's part of it, yeah.
But definitely something to do with her background. She got pissed, and Liliana knew it too. But my question is, how the fuck does Sirius know this? When she,
that's a good question.
Like, how does she know so much, but feigns ignorance like 24/7? And also, it's making me think about like how Sirius sees Subaru. I know this is kind of off topic. How Sirius sees Subaru is similar to how Shala sees Subaru, but
yes. Well, one of the things that's very interesting is in this episode, it's easy to see in an anime format, but in the novels, even it's still as vague as like, how does Sirius know that, right?
Yeah.
But one thing that you get in this episode, and it's like you just kind of like rewatch the scene, is that she's speaking almost in code. Sirius, she's testing to probe because she has an idea, like a curious idea about who she believes Priscilla to be. So as she is like dropping hints. Like at the very last scene, you know, like the thing that made Priscilla mad, right, is because it seems as if she's like slowly sussing out. She's saying like things like, "Oh, you would never open your heart to people, would you?" And Priscilla's like, "I would never open my heart to you." And it feels like there's more to her words than just surface level. Is what
I wonder if I almost called her Fortuna. Jeez, I wonder if Sirius has a similar ability with her authority to Capella, where Capella is able to like almost AI generate and sight read the way that someone would fantasize or be attracted to a person and gets the almost Amelia. If Sirius can read the emotion and like as she starts to speak and gets more of a hint, can get closer and closer to like what's their trigger, because she managed to get Priscilla to act rashly for the first time and lose her game.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely what it is. I think
makes sense.
It also speaks to Sirius, I think, knowing more than the average. Obviously, she's a witch cultist, right? So she would have access to some sort of knowledge that the general public doesn't. But
Mhm.
even when it comes to other witch cultists, you can tell that Sirius knows a lot of things.
She's way more calculated.
Well, if she is Fortuna, it's also entirely possible that she was just alive when the fairy tale was being told the first
that's
time.
Yeah,
exactly what I'm
true.
saying, yeah.
Because that would
Do
have
not
only
cite
been like
the old histories to me, witch. I was there.
That's actually a very
That
good
was-
question. When did that occur? You know, it's
Yeah.
one thing that you have to line up and figure out.
True, because if it's not a lover per se, maybe it's her family line or lineage, and that's how she can know it too. And like, yeah, if that is Fortuna, maybe she has that. I don't know. And it was 100 years ago, 100-something years ago, that Fortuna and Geese fell to
Yeah.
Pandora.
101 years ago.
Not 400. Good to know.
But we don't know how long Fortuna lived for.
Right.
Only that she was younger than Betelgeuse is
Yeah.
the only.
And he was in his thousands.
We genuinely
No
don't know.
clue.
He's
Oh.
just
Genuinely have no idea.
Okay.
he's a spirit, so it could be like a Gandalf thing where he's literally older than dirt, or he could be like an artificial spirit that was only made at a certain point. It's unclear. She says that
True.
she's super old. Goose says that compared to him,
You're a
she's
baby.
still like a child.
If I had to take an
Hmm.
educated guess for Geese, it would be he's an artificial spirit just because he works a bit differently from other spirits.
He
Yeah.
seems to have loyalty to,
And
you know, the sage.
yeah,
Mhm.
and he's probably 400 years old-ish.
Okay.
No,
Well, that
I think he's probably older than 400 because I think Fortuna is a little bit more than 400
Oh,
years old.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe like a
Mm.
little
Mm.
above 400 then.
Yeah.
I don't know, like wiggle room between that, you know?
Because my thought is, after I watched episode 2 of season 3 in English the other day, is because I don't know why it took me so long to put it together, but because Sirius is like really going at Amelia and the jealousy with like Beetlejuice, who is Subaru, that she's confusing. She keeps going on and being like jealous about it and stuff. It's almost like an alternate perspective of like how Geese, or like if Fortuna could have been jealous of Amelia because Geese really wanted to see her for so long, which is fucked up and messed up. But that would be like an alternate personality of Fortuna. So I think that's even more of a reason it could be her now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's her hatred towards Amelia for stealing Betelgeuse is only reinforced by Goose's obsession with small Amelia.
Small Amelia. Yeah.
Mickey, I'm guessing probably like 350 at that point in time. So she would be like 450 now if she is serious. But who knows? Only Tape and probably his editor.
And the writer for Konosuba.
Yes, that's true.
Only she knows. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. I guess we should wrap it up before we get too deep into spoilers. I get spoiled.
Yeah.
But I do plan on reading this week because my school load has lessened quite a bit, so I should be able to finally read.
Which means you're going to catch up before me and Gold do.
Yay!
We'll see. You two are still in phase 2 of Arc 8. What are you,
Yeah.
Kyle? Is it now phase
I'm...
3 of Arc 6?
Oh, just barely.
It'll be 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the end of phase 2, yeah. We just got past the, not past, we are in the library.
Okay.
Trial number 1. About to go to trial number 2. Pick number 2,
Sick.
my lord.
Shun.
So long, everyone.
Thank you,
Keep your eye
everyone.
out for other stuff.
Thank
If
you,
you wish to
everyone.
join our first returning live read
Yes.
that is on Saturday.
Oh my gosh,
Otherwise,
we're so
we will
goofy.
see you next
Yeah.
week.
Yes, we'll see you Saturday, and Arc 6 reads start on March 15th, so we will see you then.
Woot woot!
And if you can't wait for members only, we have the initial draft for Arc 6 Chapter 1 already available.
Yes.
Wink.
Wink.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, everybody!
Bye.